Hello everyone, this is Patrick, Comics and Collectibles, and we are looking at episode 3 of the FELICE Landry 3D model painting / customization project. I had to say that slow to make sure I got it right. Alright, so what's going on here? You may be familiar with this character right here. If you are a fantasy or some type of gaming or gameplay board game fan, you're probably familiar with that character, and that character will soon be transformed into FELICE Hardy, who is a character in the Many Colored Land series of books by Julian May. All right, so what we have so far, let me see. I don't see my pointer, so this will have to do. Nothing unusual there. First, let's look at all of the stuff here on my turntable. This here, I hope will become the spear. And that blue thing right there, that's a spear. We'll get back to that in a moment. Hopefully this will become a spear. I actually took that one from another figure that I worked on. And I may have to use that one, but for now it's temporary. Okay, let's get back on track here. So anyway, I'm making this into a spear if everything turns out okay. This is epoxy, by the way, and it's kind of difficult working with this stuff on such a small scale like this because I'm using my Dremel to grind all of this stuff down to the appropriate shape and size, and that's why I may have to use that one instead, or maybe make one similar to the way I made that one. And again, we'll talk more about that process in a moment. So yes, these are all of the parts for what will hopefully become a spear. All right, let's keep it moving. I may end up using these two skews right there to make the spear if this doesn't turn out okay. That right there, I had to cut the sword off, and I plan on fixing it up and using that for another project, so I did not want to destroy it. Oh, that's her hand. It came off, but that's no big deal because she's put together temporarily with hot glue. So I'll put that back on permanently when I do reattach it. All right, let's talk about braids. This is the model that I used to fashion the braids. This is the shape I wanted it in, so I put it in this shape and I used it to make the braid. Actually, this was the first one, but let me show you. This thing was a little too big. Let me see if I can get it up here. I'm trying not to touch that model too much because that spear is precariously perched upon her shoulders. I don't want it to fall off while I'm filming this. So there you go. It was a little too long and a little too big for the figure. So then I attempted to make another one. Actually, there was no attempt. I did make another one, and I think I did a damn good job on it. I watched several videos on YouTube on how to braid hair and followed the technique, and this is what I came out with. And again, it's a little too long and a little too thick or too big for the model. So I will be making another one. Oh, hold on, let's talk about this more. This here, where's my pointer? This here is air dry clay. If you use this stuff, be advised or be warned. I guess it's more of an advice type thing. So be advised that this stuff is a little difficult to work with if you are not experienced with it, and I'm not. It's real soft and real fragile. Pull on it or roll it too hard or anything, it's going to tear or come apart. But after it hardens, it's pretty solid stuff. It's solid. And this here, that's epoxy right there. I like working with this, but the thing is, this dries quickly. And so whatever you're going to do, you have to do it quick with this. And let me see. Okay, let's keep it moving. Talked about that. Okay, and that's what it looks like from behind. And let's turn her back around. By the way, folks, that spear is just there temporarily, so I'm trying to get an idea of what she's going to look like once I make the spear and put it on her. And I like the look. All right, let's talk about paint. I have painted this. Okay, first of all, Felice's colors are black. I think at one point during the story she wore blue armor, but for most of the book she wore black, I believe. So I don't want to paint this just black. I'm incorporating some other colors into it, and I'm trying not to stray too far from the books, but some things just don't work well in 3D as they do on the printed page, especially when there are no pictures on the printed page. And speaking of that, a little side note, I have very little reference material to go by, folks. I think there may be one or two very small pictures of Felice on a couple of the book covers. Other than that, it's all out of my head or from material I found online, which is not associated with this character. So anyway, I'm trying not to do the black thing. I'm making it kind of a dark red, brownish kind of color with some black thrown in there. Don't know how this showing up on the video, especially with my light shining on it. Okay, let's get close up so we can get a look at it. And I'm trying not to lose all of the detail on here. There's some real nice detail all over this figure. Now, one thing that's going to be a challenge is trying to get her face not to look like an elf. I'm thinking about putting some clay here to fatten up her jaws a little bit so it doesn't look so pointy. Don't know if you can see that. There it is right there. Also the nose, I'm not sure what to do about that. That nose may work for this character. Let me see the ears. I think I need to file them down a little more. They still look kind of pointy. Let's see, what else? All right, so this is a coat of primer with a coat of gloss on it, and I'm about to go over it again using the same colors to darken this right here a little bit, and then I have to go over her skin some more. And that's where we are right now, folks. So make sure you come back for the next episode. I want to get this one wrapped up in the next couple of days, hopefully, so I can get on to the next one. And as always, I want to thank you for watching this video and thank you for supporting the channel. All right, it is now time for the money shot. Try to get that thumbnail. All right, I guess that's gonna have to do. Thank you, folks. Bye.